Hello viewers and welcome to Hippie in a Race Car. Apologies for the lack of normal sound. For whatever reason, my recording ended up with me having some kind of crazy echo in my voice, so I said the hell with it and I'll just do it this way. So here we are, the final race of the Manufacturers Cup with me and the Honda at the Nürburgring. So I need some practice because, well, I don't really know the Nürburgring. In fact, there are chunks of the Nürburgring Nordschleife that I know better than the Grand Prix circuit that we start with. It's the entire thing, the endurance track. So you get the whole shebang. And this messed me up because this chicane comes a little bit later. But of course, it's the one that leads to this big left-hander that takes you out onto the Nordschleife proper. And so begins lap 1 of practice, which went about as well as you can imagine. The trip across the grass, across the road, into the gravel. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because it was strapped to my hood. And then this trip across the grass because it just looked greener. Okay? At least this time I didn't go across the road. Managed to keep it on the asphalt, sort of. Into the carousel, which was thankfully uneventful. Not like this. Into the gravel, and we slow down to a snail's crawl. Holy smokes. There we go. Okay. Grass is way better. You can slip across that stuff like nothing. Into the mini carousel. And a little wiggy, but managed to get through it at least. Up to the end of the lap. And this time I also had to remember not to turn right there, because this is the endurance track, so you have to go onto the Grand Prix circuit. It's embarrassing when you turn right. So I ended up with an 8:58.6 going into qualifying. I thought to myself, do I need to worry about those clouds? Nah. So off I went. Outlap. I managed to get out second, but this stupid corner, we're not even on the actual Nordschleife yet, and that right-hander caught me out again. So I said, I'll just wait for everybody to go by as soon as they all finally went by. Oh, one more. There we go. Okay. So now there's nobody behind me to catch me up, and I'm probably slower than everybody in front of me, so this should go well. And so here we are, ripping down the Nordschleife. The beginning part that I actually know better than that right-hander that keeps catching me out and causing me to slam the wall. This is the part that I know well enough to know when you have to slow down. I just don't know it well enough to be able to drive it quickly. I know it fairly well. I have my bronze in the circuit experience for the Nordschleife. I got my $1,000,000 for that. Thank you very much. So, the end of the lap, I'm all kerfuffled because of these guys in front of me. They're fighting. One of them's ghosted, and it starts raining, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And then realize I just passed the pit entrance. So this is our actual first lap, and here comes turn 1. Whee! Oh, Zoomer rocket. More ghosts on this track than in the graveyard down the street from me. Now I managed to overshoot that corner again. And then the car decided I want to keep on spinning and sliding because I want to give Barrier a nice kiss. We have a McLaren doing pirouettes. Thankfully ghosted, or that would have got ugly. Come around the corner to find a strange ghost with a water plume trail behind it. And yeah, that was that. On to the race! It was about this time when I realized that I can't get more than 14 points, and in the last two races I got 16 and 19 points respectively, which means this race is for shits and giggles, also known as content. And the fat lady has sung. So here we are, starting 10th. I guess I was in the right order of the 12 people that started this, or however many people started this mess. There were 16 until 4 people left during qualifying. So coming into turn 1, the track is dry. The clouds are out, but the track is dry, at least at this point. And I'm very happy to say that I didn't hit a single one of these people. There was the standard kind of mayhem. There's a few people ghosted and a few other people wishing they were ghosted. Like me right there, where I get banged and banged again. Okay, fine. I'll take last place. In this corner, that always sort of catches me out. We have the other NSX in front of me, and he is staying there for now. Into this corner, again. This corner that I always seem to forget about. And then decided I'm going to go up on the grass, but I wasn't the only one. This seems like a standard D category race at the Nürburgring. Into this right-hander that you can sometimes take in 4th gear. I'm barely in 3rd, thinking, okay, I'm sucking horribly. Last place, 12th. And then I decided to get a little bit aggressive. I mean, I gave him room, but I shoved my car into a hole he was trying desperately to close. And onto the Nordschleife we go. Lap 1. Full throttle through here, which is a little bit of a lift right there, but generally full throttle, which is terrifying, until you get to about here, and then you got to slow down a bit because you got to be in 2nd by the time you get to this point, or you're going to cross the road and bounce off a wall. I got a McLaren on my butt, and he wants by, but I don't want to let him by, so I'm trying not to let him by. So far, so good. Get up on the curb. That's one of the ones you're actually able to get on the curb. It gets onto this long straight, which ended with me doing this. But I was apparently not the only one, because the Ferrari decided to just turn left into that wall. All right, so now I'm up into P10. And then decided I really want to go on the grass. Remember that trip across the road in practice? I managed to hang on to it this time. And I've still got that McLaren behind me. So now we have yellow flags. I come around the corner and thinking I need to make it more yellow flags. I'll just crawl all over the grass and let that McLaren through. Yeehaw. Into the carousel, which was thankfully uneventful. I'm still last place. I'm catching up with Little Red Riding Ferrari, who apparently is having some trouble tra-la-laing through the forests of Germany. And so I kind of hit him right there. And so I thought, I'll slow down because I don't want to be that guy, you know. I mean, I'm the guy that caused this person to spin out like that, so I'll wait. All right, now you got your footings again? Okay, good. I'm going to take that spot back because you're slow. See ya. And that was that. And this yellow flag appears just as I get to the mini carousel, and I discovered it was to warn me that I was about to come across the ghost of the Nordschleife. Terrifying, let me tell you. Onto the Dottingham, the Bilstein Bridge, and the left turn. The braking into this always kind of messes with me, but you'll notice it started raining. This time I didn't get all kerfuffled, and I thought, pit lane's right there. I'm going to go put some better boots on this car. And so I did. Intermediates, thank you very much. Don't need gas, because I only got a couple of laps in the rain. With a ghost in front of me throwing spray in my face. Lovely. All right, here I am, P10, or 9. This time I'm wearing the correct tires on a wet track, which was still crazy. Get around turn 1 to find myself in 8th. And then 7th. Out of 11, or 10. Coming up to that crazy right-hander again, and guess what? Thank God I ghosted. Yuck. Through goes the Huracan, not the Corvette. And we're down to 9, 8, 7. People dropping like DJ Sin's Ferrari. I'm not going that fast, but I'm in P5, so I'm thinking, okay, 5 of 7. Oh, 6. This is only lap 2 of 3. We started with 16 people. 4 of them left when it started raining. And then 6 more left during the race. It's kind of nuts. Don't get me wrong, I've left a race. I've rage quit. It happens. But, 6 people in a race. At least I'm not dead last. Yet. Came out of there all right. Did okay. This is that funny corner where you kind of got to go in deep and then come left so you can get the right angle at this part right here. Not like I did. So ignore everything you just saw. Nothing to see here, folks. Came in there a little bit on the hot side, but managed to keep it going in the right direction, so I was pretty happy about that. Again, I'm not as fast as the people in front of me, and here we are in last place. Coming through the carousel, thankfully still facing the right direction. Sort of. Temporarily. I like the grass, okay? What do you want me to say? Here we are at the end of lap 2. Still raining like crazy. On to the Nordschleife for the final time. At least in this particular race. So having nobody behind me to catch up to me, and knowing I'm not really going to catch up to the people in front of me, I decided I'm not going to kill it. I'm just going to have a nice, relaxing race and pretty much keep this thing going in the right direction, at least until my car decided to keep turning right, and give Barry R a nice big kiss. And the end of my race was about as unceremonious as it gets. I got teleported into the pits. Get back to the pits now, Draken. We don't want to wait for you anymore. It was generally a fun race. Definitely brings a new definition to winning by attrition, coming in dead last, and yet 6th, when we started originally with 16. Funny how that one works. And before we end off, I just wanted to take a quick look at what everyone's been waiting for. The final results. Gold, gold, silver, and bronze. You really... Folks, there's a lot of money to be made in the Manufacturers and Nations Cup. Between the two of them, I made over 6 million credits. So definitely worth taking part if you want to make some big bucks. Also mostly fun. It can be a little bit frustrating at times when people bang you around, but I mean, I do some banging around too. I'm not innocent in that respect. I wanted to say thank you so much to all of my subscribers. I noticed this morning that I had 100 subscribers, which is kind of a big deal for me because I only started putting the energy into this channel a couple of months ago when I quit my job to be a YouTuber. So thank you so much for subscribing. If you're not subscribed and you're enjoying these videos, please feel free to get yourself subscribed. Hit that like button. Do all the normal YouTube type stuff. It really does help and I really appreciate it. In the meantime, have an awesome day and I will catch you next time. Peace.